Hey everybody, Tim here. Just gonna unbox this new Line 6 Power Cab that I just picked up today. Pretty excited about this one. I've been using modelers for a long time. My Kemper's sitting over here on the desk, and like a lot of other guys, I felt like, sorry to turn my back to you, I felt like modelers are great when I'm playing live and I have my in-ears in, but sometimes when I'm just playing on my own, I want to have that feeling like I'm in the room with an amplifier because it's a different experience. And I've actually heard a lot of people recently sort of theorize that what we're missing with modelers isn't more tubiness. It's not the tubes, but it's the room. It's the experience of hearing something in the room, and maybe the experience of hearing something not through tweeters, which is an interesting idea as well. So every once in a while I gig outside of the context of my usual gig, which is at church, with a country band and a couple other things, and I have a JBL monitor that I can use in those situations. But I'm not totally happy with how it sounds out in the real world. The JBL monitor sounds like a powered speaker. It's got some strange filtering and it doesn't sound as good as my in-ears do. So I'm wondering if maybe this can help me out. Okay, so 2 boxes. I picked it up from my local dealer this way. On the inside we've got the power cab, which isn't too heavy, and it's wrapped in plastic with a big important warning sticker on it. Let me tilt down now and I can show you what is down here. Okay, so there's the power cab. It's got a funny little deal on the top. If you really don't know what the heck you're doing and how to hook up to this, then it's got some instructions, which looks nice and is nicely made. One of the things I love about this is that it looks like a guitar cabinet. It doesn't look like a powered speaker, and maybe that's total vanity, but I like that. It's got a nice black grill with some silver in it. The Tolex is nice, not quite elephant, not quite Fender, something different. And then if you haven't seen one of these before, here's the back. And the back. So this is not PowerCab Plus, this is the regular PowerCab. So it's got a line input that can take quarter or XLR, and an output low cut on or off at 80 Hertz, a ground in case you're going back out, your master volume, and here's where we're going to be able to select our different modes. I'm going to do a more extensive review on this shortly, so I'll go through this a little later. But and then it's got tilt back legs in case you want to use it in more of a monitor fashion. Now I anticipate using this a little bit more like a traditional guitar cabinet set behind me to get as much of that sort of amp in the room vibe as I can when I want it. But there it is, out of the box, ready to rock and roll. In the box, of course, we still have a little manual and power cable, which the manual, well, maybe I'll give it some reading a little later and tell you if I find anything that's relevant. But for now, there's the power cab, and I'll be back a little later to give it a shot. Okay, hey, so here I am, I'm back. You might notice that I'm dressed differently. I had to go home shortly after I did the unboxing, and I haven't actually made it back for about a day to actually plug in and tech out the power cab. And so that's what I'm gonna do now. And these will just be some first impressions, how I think it feels, how it sounds. I'm using my Kemper profiler with a Lazy J profile that I've come to like, and this is something I use on a regular basis when I gig with my country band. So I like that. That's good. It's controlled in a way that sometimes I find FR speakers isn't. Right now it's in flat mode, so it's acting like an FR cab. That's the bridge pickup of the Silver Sky. Okay, let me throw a little bit of drive on. Immediately I think it sounds different than most FR cabs I've played, and I have a JBL Eon around here that I'm going to do a comparison video with. A couple weeks ago I was just using the QSC ones that everybody seems to like, and I used to own one of the Yamaha DXR 110, so I know what FR sounds like. And right now it sounds to me like this is a mix between an FR cab and a guitar cab. And I say that because the bottom end is different. There's none of that weird kind of artificial bottom end. Sorry, I'm just doing this one really fast, so it is my iPhone microphone. I promise that the next video will have a little bit better audio. Okay, let me flip over here. I'm going to turn the cabinet off. And you can tell that I did that because now this is going to sound really bad. Okay, so I turn the cab and the Kemper off. Then I'm going to move over on the PowerCab. So I reach around back here and I'm going to select one of the other cabinets. Let's go with the Creamback. I'm really familiar with that cabinet, or that speaker, sorry. And so now what we're doing, instead of using the cabinet emulation in the Kemper, we're using the speaker emulation in this cabinet in Oops. I realize I have my studio monitor still on. And so you're hearing part of those. So that's a very different sound than what we had before. Now it sounds more like a guitar amp. Again, this is a tweed profile, so it does kind of have that buttery tweed thing. One of the other things to keep in mind is this is a closed back cab, and so it pushes bottom end like a closed back cab. So in the first mode, whereas before we were listening to a mic'd cabinet through a PA speaker, now we're listening to a profile through a guitar speaker. And gosh, they are really different. I'm not sure which one I prefer yet, but they are very different. This is less refined and a little darker. Yeah, very different. Those are some first impressions, quick sound clips. I plan on doing a comparison video between this and the JBL Eon just for some reference, and there'll be other tones there. I'm going to record it differently because recording those two is going to be a bit of a challenge. Anyway, look, if you are curious about the PowerCab, interested in what I think about its comparison to an FR speaker, like guitar gear, want to hang out a little bit, just leave a like for me. Maybe think about subscribing to the channel. I'd really appreciate any of that. and hope this is helpful to you guys. Until next time, peace.